process first is all about accommodating demands reactively. This is very typical for translation agencies. So maybe, for instance, a translation agency, they are very strong in medical translations, but all of a sudden they get an interpreting request. And it's from one of their big clients. They can't say no. They don't want to lose that business. They don't want to risk that. So they're going to come up with solutions for that. And maybe the next day they come up with some voiceover requirement. They're also going to work around their requirements. So typically agencies have been, over the years, very, very good at creating, improvising, and effectively drawing out these processes that will enable them to meet and typically exceed stakeholder requirements. And while that has been amazing in the past 20, 30 years, I mean, this kind of thinking led to multi-million-dollar companies all over the world. This kind of thinking, in my opinion, is also with its days kind of counted, and I'll explain why. The problem with process-first thinking is that it begins to be very stifling. You can't make a lot of changes because everything is coming from top down. So let's say, for instance, now it's no longer effective to receive a request via email because now you have all this additional time. Someone's going to have to monitor the email box. Maybe you have to have a software ticketing system that's going to transform that into a ticket. Someone's going to have to download these files. Someone's going to have to upload these files into software for analysis. Someone's going to have to download that log file. And assuming maybe you're going to have some level of integrations, but all these steps are still necessary. Someone's still going to have to prepare a quote, send out a quote. And when you think about all these different steps for a single file, maybe that file is only going to be like $20 or $30. The process itself becomes more expensive than the translation itself, than the good itself. And that's something that's going to become more and more common as the per word value declines because of the rise of generative AI. And I also see that trend as inevitable.